תודה לך, תודה לך, תודה לך כלי, הולך איתך ורק איתך לא יכול בלי. תודה לך על חושך ויאללה אור הטוב, תודה לך אתה תמיד קרוב, תודה לך על שמש בשמיים בכל יום, על אהבה המלווה לכל מקום. תודה לך על הניסים ויאללה טבע גם, מודה אני מלך חי וקיים. תודה, תודה לך השם, הלב דורש ומבקש על מה שיש לומר. תודה, תודה, תודה לך השם, כל הנשמה תהלל גיא וחכה רק לשיר. תודה, תודה, תודה לך השם, הלב דורש ומבקש על מה שיש לומר. תודה, תודה, תודה לך השם, כל הנשמה תהלל גיא וחכה רק לשיר. תודה. פותח את ידיך ומשפיע לכל חי, בהרי כויסי לוחם ברוכו על כלי די, הקל הזן ומפרנס כל זר ומקיים, על הכל תודה לך השם. תודה, תודה לך השם, הלב דורש ומבקש על מה שיש לומר. תודה, תודה, תודה לך השם, כל הנשמה תהלל קי וחכה רק לשיר. תודה, תודה, תודה לך השם, הלב דורש ומבקש.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 5780 2020 Yeshivat Chovevei Torah Rabbinical School graduation ceremony. I'm Rabbi Chaim Martyr, a member of the faculty of the yeshiva for now almost 2 decades. And I've had the privilege of working with our students, helping train them and prepare them for the professional rabbinate. And so I've had the distinct honor of teaching and working with our graduates this evening, who you just saw presented in our wonderful montage, with David Schwartz, with Mike Nash, Jason Goldstein, Ellie Finkelstein, and Lauren Berman. These young men are very special people. We've been able to see them develop their thinking and awareness and their skills. They have sharp minds, big hearts, and really deep neshamot, deep souls. This is a different type of graduation ceremony and celebration of their accomplishments than they or anyone might have imagined a few months ago. And yet it provides the opportunity in a more intimate way to engage with these fine young men and to celebrate them each. Before we focus our attention and share our brachot with them, they would like to share theirs with the YCT family and with one another. So let's give a listen to their words now.
Hi, my name is David Schwartz, and I'm part of YCT's class of 2020. And in this video, we thought we'd share a few of the things that we are thankful about, having attended YCT over the last 4 years. And I'm not just talking about the great swag that YCT offers, like this water bottle and this shirt. Over the next few minutes, we'll share how we came to YCT, what inspired us at YCT, what are the key pieces of Torah that we're taking with us, and anything else that we happen to be thankful for. I hope that you'll enjoy this video.
I came to YCT to gain the tools I would need to reach those on the periphery of Jewish life in the diaspora. Having made Aliyah in order to enrich myself and experience the full breadth of Jewish experience, I realized after almost a decade that that enrichment I had already gained and that it was time to give back. YCT was the obvious choice for me. being one of the few institutions capable of maintaining a steadfast commitment to orthodoxy while genuinely grappling with the challenges of our contemporary values.
The piece of Torah I'll be taking out of here is Rabbi Linzer talking about the difference between Noach and Abraham. Noach being a good person who, when he hears what God plans to do to humanity, doesn't act, doesn't propel himself forward, versus Abraham, who when he sees injustice in the world, tries to fight and tries to move humanity forward. And reminding us all that we can be people and Jews who not only try to be good in our own personal spheres, but also trying to drive humanity forward towards a better life for all.
As I graduate, there are several people I wish to thank. First and foremost, thank you, Rav Avi, for founding YCT and for serving as our family's spiritual guide. To Rabbi Linzer, thank you for serving as YCT's Rosh Yeshiva and president, and for giving YCT its deep grounding in Torah sources. To Dr. Michelle Belfer-Friedman, thank you for teaching us pastorals counseling and for literally writing the book on the topic. To Dr. Jill Salberg, our process group leader, thank you for showing us how we can make space for one another. To Rabbi Kelson, to Ruthie, to Mati, to Allison, to Sharona, to Kira, and to everyone at the YCT staff and YCT office, thank you for making YCT the friendly and welcoming place that it is. Finally, thank you to my family for being supportive through these years that I've been at YCT.
So I actually learned this piece of Torah from an alum, from Musmach of Chovevei, and that's from the Sefer, the book Ali Shur, Volume 2, of Rav Wolbe, and he talks about this principle called Hitlamdut, which essentially is the mindset of a growth mindset, a learning mindset, and the idea that as Jews, we're always learning, trying to learn from everything, everyone, things in nature, from people we disagree with, people we really loathe. And for me, I've really tried to take that value of learning from everyone and everything into both my professional work as well as my personal life.
I want to especially thank our morning Seder Rebbeim, Rabbi Linzer, Rabbi Katz, and Rabbi Reznikat, for shepherding us through our Gemara and Halacha learning, for challenging us with the Torah, and letting us challenge them a little bit with questions. Of all the subjects and all the topics that we learned at Chovevei, the morning Seder Torah was really the most exciting and most meaningful to me. And so I just really want to thank the Rebbeim for all you've done to help me grow in Torah.
Someone who's been a real inspiration for me at YCT is Rabbi Reznikov. His continued presence in the Beit Midrash, his warmth, his understanding has really helped me and guided me in my 4 years here.
The way Rav Avi is able to take several individual bodies and to bring them together as a single group has always inspired me. The way that we can all be sort of in our own worlds, learning our own different halachas at one time. And then Rav Avi comes into the room and is able to bring us all to feel spiritually together as one. That's something that's always been inspiring to me, and something that I hope that in my rabbinate, when working with different populations of people, I'll be able to help bring them together as well to feel as one united entity.
During my time at YCT, I've had the privilege to learn with 3 individuals for more than a year. Levi Mastrangelo, Lauren Berman, and every Monday night, over all 4 years, I had the privilege of learning with my mom. From these 3 people, I've been inspired to take away the following 3 lessons. First, keep asking questions. No matter how much you understand something, or no matter what you think you know, if you keep asking questions, you'll learn more. Second, think for yourself. We may have seen a variety of different opinions, but that doesn't mean there can't be another one. And finally, share your Torah. Share what you've learned. Share what you think. And so, to Levi, to Lauren, and most especially to my mom, I say thank you for inspiring me over my time at YCT.
The Perush of Rabbeinu Yonah on Masechet Avot brings a simple anecdote of Hillel. V'chohu Maaseh Shel Hillel. This is the story of Hillel, who came to all of his students and said to them, "My students, are you all here?" They responded, "Hen, yes." Said to him one of his students, "All are here, except for the small amongst them." Hillel said to them, "The small he shall come, for the future of the generation is destined to be driven by him." If there's one piece of Torah that encapsulates the mission for which I came to YCT and the mission I've been empowered so richly to conduct once I leave, it is this. The majority of Klal Yisrael today have not had the opportunity to encounter Torah. And it is up to us to find those that are small today, that they should lead our generation tomorrow.
To bless my classmates, I turned to Pirkei Avot and found lessons there that they taught me. Ellie, you taught me the lesson of V'al tomar kishe'efne eshne. Don't push off learning for when you have time. You exemplified this, Ellie, every day in your enthusiastic readiness to volunteer and answer questions. I know that you will do great things by bringing these qualities to your rabbinate.
V'amar Rabbi Yosef, Yehi chelki mimashivei Beit HaMidrash, v'lo mimamidei Beit HaMidrash. Rabbi Yossi said, "May my portion be amongst those who sit others down in the Beit Midrash, and not amongst those who cause others to stand up and leave the Beit Midrash." When you served as our Gabbai 2 years ago, Ellie, this line constantly came to me when thinking about you and your passion for Torah and your commitment for learning.
I've always watched with admiration how Ellie is burning the midnight oil. Always. He would wait, till after night seder, after afternoon seder, however late it would be, and just sit in the Beit Midrash learning, sometimes new things, sometimes old things, sometimes easy things, but most of the time, the difficult things. The fact that Ellie throws himself into the difficult sugyas, the difficult concepts, is really admirable to me. But more than that is his love for history and how he always integrates, this is my experience, always integrating whether it's Greek history or American history and bringing them into conversation with the Jewish text that we're studying. So his ability to synthesize that, to me, is something I'll always appreciate about Ellie.
Ellie, you have a probing and a very inquisitive mind. You're not just satisfied when we're learning to master what's on the page, but you bring in outside sources and come up with often unconventional insights into the Torah that we're learning, which actually enabled our whole shiur to have a fuller understanding of the Torah that we're all learning together. So I hope for the future you continue to never take anything at face value and always investigate under the surface.
Jason, you have such an integrity and a commitment to halakha and to Talmud and to Torah learning that just emanates anytime you're learning with anyone. And it's so exciting to see you be able to spread that beyond the walls of just our Beit Midrash, but to the larger Jewish community.
Jason, for you, I chose the lesson of Kol Sheruach Habriot Nocha Hemenu, Ruach HaMakom Nocha Hemenu. God delights in those who delight others. Jason, the joy you bring to learning Torah radiates through our Beit Midrash. I'm confident that this simcha, together with the skills you developed at YCT, will make you a great rabbi.
What I most admire about Jason is not just his diligence and his resilience when learning Jewish texts, but also his ability to be goofy and silly and to laugh and to not let that be antithetical to his Torah study, but actually integral to it.
Jason, you bring with you an energy, some might even say an addiction to Talmud Torah. More importantly, your passion to deliver it to the Jewish people and your passion to help every Jew raise themselves up through Torah is matched by so few. May your goals of Torah education and your own story of independent growth through Torah reach all of us, even just a little. Warren Berman puts the kol in Kol Torah. Your everlasting energy and your dedication for improvement of yourself and those around you make you quite possibly the quintessential Dugmayashit for spiritual leadership. Lauren, my beloved fellow learner, may you merit to see the results of the purpose to which you've already dedicated yourself. And more importantly, may the entire Jewish people, as many of us as possible, merit to encounter you and your Torah.
Lauren, you have a really amazing ability to make Torah exciting and relevant to those of all backgrounds. You're committed to self-improvement, which is exemplified through your teaching and all your learning of Musar. And as a rabbi, everywhere you go, you'll bring excitement and the sweetness of Torah.
Lauren, you're such an amazing person who cares so much about each person in the room. You can make every person feel incredibly special, and I know that you'll make an amazing rabbi.
Lauren, for you I chose Lo Habaishan Lamed Velo Hakaptan Melamed. A shy person cannot learn, and an impatient person cannot teach. Lauren, you are neither shy nor impatient. You seek knowledge everywhere and from everyone, and you can teach anyone. Learning with you this past year as my chavrusa has been a total joy. I can't wait to see what your future holds.
Mike, throughout our time of Chovevei together, you've always focused on your goal. And when obstacles may have come in the way, you never let up. You are always committing yourself to work through them. And Mike, I'm so impressed by another commitment of yours, commitment to bringing Judaism to those who haven't yet had the opportunity to experience it in a meaningful way. My hope is that that passion continues to animate you in the future as you go on to spread your Torah.
Mike possesses a really hot commodity in the rabbinic world, and that is emotional intelligence. The way he's able to just connect with people of all backgrounds, of all ages, is to me something that's really inspiring and something that's going to take him far in his rabbinic world. And something else that I think is going to take him far, that I really think is inspiring about Mike, is his ability to know when he doesn't know and to ask questions. Mike is someone who asks questions, asks lots of questions of all different types of people. And so both his ability and his humility to ask questions, as well as his emotional intelligence, are two things I find really inspiring about Mike.
Mike, for you I chose the phrase, Ohevet habriot umekarvan leTorah. Love people and bring them close to Torah. Mike, you live by this maxim every day. And over the last 4 years, I've had a chance to see what a difference you can make. Keep it up. The world really needs your Torah.
Mike, you have such a charm and earnestness that is evident to anyone who ever talks to you. And it's so great to see you use those skills and so many other skills you have as you continue your rabbinic journey. And I'm only excited to see what happens in the future.
Like his namesake, David is a king of all trades. I only have 30 seconds to speak here, and there's not enough, so I'm just going to focus on one thing that really sets David apart, something that I really am inspired by, and that's his ability to jump into the fray, to jump into situations that are unfamiliar, to take leadership roles when nobody else is doing it. So much more could be said about David, his intellect, his people skills, his leadership in chaplaincy that was probably not foreseen when he applied to Chovevei, but I want to focus really on his ability to step up and to really make magic wherever magic needs to be made.
David, you're such an amazing learner, an amazing organizer, and an amazing friend. And it's so exciting to see you become a rabbi. And I know that you'll do great things for the Jewish people. And I could offer you luck, but I know that you'd be so prepared that you wouldn't even need it.
We so often quote Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah as saying, Ein kemach, ein Torah. Without any physical sustenance, there is no Torah. What we quote far less is the next line, that ein Torah, ein kemach. That for true physical sustenance, we also need Torah. Few have embodied this message greater than David Schwartz. David, your commitment to Torah and mitzvot throughout your still illegal career. And the dedication and hatmada that you brought to our Beit Midrash has been matched by so few. May the professionalism that led you to achieve so much in your career carry through, as it already has, to the Torah of adjudication and the deep pastoral care that you have grown. And may we all merit to benefit from the teachings that you have honed so beautifully. Shkoyach.
David, your commitment to excellence and intellectual honesty was a really powerful force in the Beit Midrash. And through example, you challenged us to work harder and always to think harder, to learn more one Pitchei Teshuva, or to refine our thinking about a Chiddush that we may have had. I'm looking forward to seeing you use your vast experience and your drive to impact your home community of Riverdale and the larger Jewish community in general.
It's really special when you can hear what we just heard just a few moments ago, when students in the yeshiva can take the time and be able to look at one another and offer blessings, and to offer blessings to the institution in which they studied. It says a lot about the yeshiva and a great deal about them too. We have a great privilege this evening to hear some Divrei Torah from Miriam Schachter. Miriam is YCT's Director of Field Training and the Coordinator of Student Professional Development. And she's deeply connected with each of our Talmidim and has helped guide them through their time in the yeshiva and even beyond. So she's going to share some Divrei Torah, some words of Torah with us now in honor of our special young men.
Good evening. This coming Shabbat, we will read the portion of Korach, the dramatic story of Korach's rebellion and his swift and severe punishment. Korach challenged Moshe's leadership. Korach confronted Moshe and Aharon, saying, Rav lachem, ki kol ha'eda kulam kedoshim, ubetocham Hashem, umadua titnasu al kahal Hashem. You have gone too far, for all the community are holy, all of them, and the Lord is in their midst. Why do you raise yourself above the Lord's congregation? What can we learn from Korach's challenge, and how do we understand Moshe's response? Vayishma Moshe vayipol al panav. When Moshe heard this, he fell on his face. He fell on his face? Was he humiliated? Devastated? And then Moshe fought back. The Torah continues. Then he said to Korach and his followers, tomorrow morning, the Lord will show us who belongs to him and who is holy. And the Lord will allow only those whom he selects to enter his own presence. Moshe called upon God to back him up, to squash Korach, literally, as Korach was swallowed by the earth. When I reflect on this troubling story, I'm left with a series of questions. What was Korach's misstep? Was he required to accept the authority of the existing leadership? Are we not permitted to question the authority of our leaders? Must we accept the status quo? And if leaders are challenged and their position questioned, must the authorities respond with repression, with annihilation? Can we imagine other responses to challenges of authority? Each of you has completed an extensive course of study to prepare you to take on the mantle of leadership. You have spent hours poring over legal texts, philosophical texts, and you've learned a lot of Torah. In our yeshiva, in addition to ensuring that you are each steeped in Torah, we have invested time and energy with each of you, helping you learn about yourselves, making you aware of your strengths and your vulnerabilities. We've been preparing you, and you've been preparing yourselves to become leaders. Some of you will encounter communities where your leadership is applauded, where you, as a representative of God's Torah, will be respected, where your counsel will be sought after, and your word will be the law. And there will be times when you will be challenged, your leadership threatened, and your authority undermined. How will each of you respond? Moshe experienced Korach's challenge as a declaration of war, a threat to God's choices, as Moshe was a representative of God. Your experiences will not be so clear-cut. You will not be able to call upon God to swallow your challengers. You will need to evaluate the motives of those that are presenting the challenge. Are there challenges to authority that can be l'shem shamayim, motivated by a belief in God? Will there be moments when it will be important and meaningful for you to listen, take to heart, and learn from those that question your authority? Your years at Chovevei have given you the tools to distinguish when a challenge to your leadership is a valuable one, when you listen and learn from the challenge, and when it is a destructive one, and you will seek to silence this challenge. And I have faith in each of you that you will be able to successfully evaluate the variety of challenges that come your way. For the past 4 years, I've had the zchut, the privilege, to be a part of your journeys. You've opened up your nishamot. You've allowed me to see into the depths of your souls. Thank you for your trust. And we have arrived at this moment together. This is a sacred moment, a frightening moment, a daunting moment, and an exhilarating moment. Alu v'hatzlichu.
Thank you, Miriam, for your divrei Torah. And now we have the opportunity to hear from members of our yeshiva faculty who are going to share some divrei bracha, some words of blessing for each of our graduates, for Ellie, Jason, Lauren, Ellie, Jason, Mike, and David. And then following that, we'll have a chance to hear some words of tribute from people who are near and dear to each of our graduates. So let's give a listen as they share their special words.
My dear students, when I think of you as a group, I think of how you have come together these 4 years and shown true resilience, true perseverance, true dedication. Individually, each one of you holds a special place in my heart. David, your tremendous work ethic, your need to do every single source, to understand every detail to the finest 100% degree. Lauren, your enormous creativity, your in passing mentioning a thought you had on a word of Chassidut that is brilliant and opens up new universes that even sometimes you yourself do not appreciate. Ellie, your quiet and insightful and deep comments that come at exactly the right time. Jason, your dedication to Torah, your desire to strive, to become a gadol, and of course, our trips to with sushi from Me'orot to Princeton and elsewhere. And Mike, you have really shown that when you give it 110%, that you really can accomplish what you set your mind to. Each one of you has tremendous traits and will become great rabbis for the communities you serve and for the individuals you touch. Mazel tov.
My advice to you is to lean into your strengths. You are all so personable and connected to Torah in a way that is so clear to anyone that you speak with, which will make you great rabbis and great Jewish leaders.
Go beyond the crowd, go beyond the congregation. Speak to a person and know more about that person. Speak to his or her family situation, or include the names of that person's children, and really connect with that person. Not just the job and your tasks, but connect with each person, as I know that you're able to do so beautifully.
What do I wish for each of you? To carry the charge from the famous Agadah in the Gemara. Ein hadavar talui ela bi. It depends on each and every one of you. The success of our mission as a Jewish people, the success of our community of open Orthodoxy, the success of our struggles and challenges as humanity. It depends on each of you, and you can do it.
If I might be so bold, I would like to charge this class to take it upon themselves to spread forces of optimism in the Jewish world, for the belief that things can be better and will be better. It's a hard time we're living in. We need your voices, we need your optimism.
You are the perfect group of rabbis now to go out and deal with this world that is interrupted, broken, facing tremendous challenges of all kinds. And you are the people who have lived this. And so you can bring all of that experience, as well as your wisdom and heart and soul and spirituality, to them. You are who the Jewish people need right now.
Honestly, I just feel like this class, something that embodies them is their persistence and determination. They're a group who's ever present, ever resilient through larger challenges or smaller challenges. You'll find them in the Beit Midrash, learning, plugging away, asking questions, staying focused, and working hard. And my bracha to you is that you continue to keep doing that. Those are qualities that will serve you in whatever capacity you wind up serving Klal Yisrael.
You already are very dexterous in your approach to the rabbinate. I remember finishing up my studies and I thought rabbis were X or Y or Z and there were lanes, and you're comfortable in a variety of settings.
Some of you are going to be teachers. Some of you are going to be organizational leaders. Some of you are going to be leaders of unusual communities. You're going to go in all sorts of directions. But first, you have to be steady and you need to show up. And you guys did that. I wish you much hatzlacha. God bless you. And may you all continue to reach your best selves and stay a loyal band of brothers and loyal to the yeshiva.
Mazal tov to the Chovei class of the year 2020. It is my honor to be both your teacher and now your colleague. Go out there and change the world with your amazing, uplifting, and inspirational Torah. Mazel tov.
Your 4 years at the yeshiva certainly have not been easy, but you remained resilient and committed, and I admire those qualities about your class, and that is how I'm going to remember you. Mazel tov and hatzlacha rabah.
You chose to pursue smicha at YCT because you are passionate about a Yiddishkeit that is sincere and inspiring. May you always have that passion, and may you always strive to reach higher and higher. I would be remiss if I did not remind you that as you build your careers, always pay attention to finances and remember the importance of budgeting as a factor in your work on behalf of Israel.
I am so happy to be able to wish you a mazal tov. The world so needs you right now. It's just a wonderful opportunity for me to be with you, even if it's from a distance, to think about our wonderful times together at Chovevei, and to wish you really a malei barachot, chayil el chayil. The world so needs your rabbanut now more than ever. Here in Israel, communities, homes, schools, kol hakavod lechem.
I am so proud of you because each one of you is different. Each one of you has made a different sacrifice and a different decision to go for smicha, to come to Chovevei Torah, and to complete smicha. And each one of you has done it in your own unique ways. And those sacrifices, that creativity, that is what's incredible about you. And that's what I am so proud of you for.
You guys were such a special class. I still remember all the wonderful shiurim that we shared together in the Orach Chaim class. In other classes, you guys always pushed and asked great questions, both dealing with the technical minutia of halacha, as well as with ideological questions that came up.
I believe the key unmet challenge and the future of American Jewry depends on bringing a livable, humane Torah to the whole Jewish people and the whole Jewish people to the Torah. And I think the YCT graduates are uniquely equipped, both from embracing a life-embracing Torah you have learned, but also from your full integration in American life and your love of all Jews to bring the two together.
It's not always easy to see one's own growth. So take it from me that each of you has developed over these 4 years into the Rabbanim you become today. You come with a variety of talents and interests which inspire you to choose the Rabbanos, and each of you has stretched and embraced modes of being different than your natural inclinations.
Mazal tov to our musmachim. I have had the pleasure of getting to know each and every one of you in depth these past 4 years. You are a diverse group of men with many strengths, talents, deep learning, deep passions, and a love of Torah. Wherever each of you brings your rabbinic selves, I know you will be sharing the compassionate parts of you and your Torah learning. I hope you each believe in yourselves as much as we believe in you. Go with strength. Alu v'hatzlichu.
רגע לפני שאני קורא לכם הרב, אני רוצה לומר לכם שסיימתם בכזאת עוצמה את הלימודים, בכזאת התמדה, בכזאת דבקות. זכיתי לראות אתכם במהלך הדרך כמה פעמים. נורא התרגשתי לראות את ההודעה של הסיום. ואני רק רוצה לומר לכם שבאמת אתם רק מתחילים. זו דרך כל כך ארוכה של אחריות, של שליחות ציבורית, של שירות לעם. להיות אנשים שנושאים את התורה ומייצרים תנועה של ההר יורד אל העם. הצלחה רבה מאוד.
Each and every one of you have taught me as much as I've taught you, whether it's David's hasmada and dedication for learning without moments of bitul, whether it's Eli's insatiable thirst for knowledge, knowing another Tosfot, another Rashba, another Ramban, another commentary, whether it's Lawrence or passion for the other, what Balei Musar would call itchashvut bezulat, whether it is Jason's anava, ahavat Torah, whether it's Mike's ahavat Adam. Each and every one of you in your own unique way have taught me and have been models for me how to do those things. And you will no longer be in the Beit Midrash, and that will be terribly missed. But I do know that even though you will be gone, the inspiration and the passion and the commitment that you have taught me will stay with me forever.
It is my joy and honor to say a few words of bracha to David, Ellie, Mike, Jason, Lauren, who are receiving smicha, yoreh, yoreh. You've been learning at Chovevei for many years. Learning is often followed by the Kaddish D'Rabbanan. My blessing involves its words. Al Yisrael v'al Rabbanan. Yisrael is mentioned first, reminding rabbis that they're there to serve and not be served. In fact, some call the Kaddish D'Rabbanan Kaddish al Yisrael. Yehei lahon ulechon shlama rabbah. May you be a source of shlama rabbah, bringing your communities together in great peace. China v'chista v'rachamei. May your rabbinate be one of graciousness, kindness, and mercy. V'chayin arichin. May you stay healthy, together with your families, and know and be granted long life. Umezone revichei. May you be sustained and always be there for the vulnerable, offering food, physical and spiritual nourishment. Ufor kana. May you lead with thoughtfulness and passion, helping bring about a world more redeemed. In Kadam Avuhon Min Shmaya. May you always feel Kadam Avuhon, God's presence, God's embrace, God's love. Thank you for believing in Chovevei. Thank you for being you. David, your Torah and general brilliance and integrity. Ellie, your deep learning and sensitivity. Mike, your exuberance and yashrut. Lauren, your creativity and devotion. Jason, your being a Talmid Chacham and your piety. I bless you, we all bless you. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. May God grant peace to America, to Israel, to Tzva Haganah Yisrael. May Hashem grant you peace. May the Lord who knows peace above grant all of you shalom and shleimut and watch over you. Dee-da-da-dee-dai, dee-da-da-dee-dai, da-da-da-dee-dai, 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 ki malachav itzav elav liyishmacha bechol derachecho. Hashem yishmot seyeitcha uboecha meheyato veya adolam. How Hashem yishmot zeitcha uvoecha meheyato veya adolam. David, Ellie, Mike, Lauren, and Jason, from the deepest depths of my neshama, my deepest blessings and love. It's your time. Go out there, impact Am Yisrael, and change the world.
Mike, where do I begin? We have worked closely for 4 years. 4 years in which I have seen your tenacity, that is Lamala min hateva, superhuman in its commitment. I have had the privilege to learn from you what it means to set a goal and pursue it unceasingly. Higia kapecha ki tochel, ashrecha v'tov lach. When you eat from the products of your labor, you are fortunate, and it is good for you. Permit me a slight change of this text. Higia kapecha ki tochel, ashreinu v'tov lanu. When we receive the products of Mike's labor, it is our good fortune. Klal Yisrael is about to see what it means to have Rav Mike as their rabbi. Mike, in our many conversations, I have witnessed the Ahavat Yisrael and Ahavat Habriot, your love for people, your wisdom and compassion that you bring to the hundreds of people in your circle. In order to be part of Mike's life, to be in his circle, all you need to do is meet him, and he will be there for you. You have shepherded, advised, and advocated for so many Jews seeking halachic conversions, who have approached firmly dayanim and rabbis and brought an unparalleled level of compassion, integrity, and knowledge to the conversion process. And you have held these Jews as they go through this emotionally difficult and arduous time, both during and afterwards. They will always have your ear and your heart. My bracha for you, as you become a Rav B'Yisrael, is that the compassion you display, the wisdom you embody, the extraordinary love for family that has characterized your entire life shine even more brightly. The thousands of young people waiting for you in Australia and anywhere else you choose to live have the deep merit of being led by you. Mazel tov.
David, our beloved Bechor, our firstborn, Mazel tov on your graduation from Yeshivat Chovevei Torah. At this special time of joy and blessings for you and the members of your graduating class, Daddy and I ourselves feel richly blessed and so proud of you. David, you have certainly taken the road less traveled. At the height of your legal career, as a partner in a prestigious law firm, you determined that you could comfortably retire and dedicate yourself to a life of Torah study. It was Shani, your devoted wife, who encouraged you to pursue a more goal-oriented career, a course of study, a rabbinical degree. Today, Shani, you share in full measure our blessings for David. Over your 4 years at Chovevei, David, I had the privilege and pleasure of learning halakha, Jewish law, and Chumash, Bible with you every Monday evening. I feel honored that you requested that I confer our parental blessings tonight as you embark on your personal, spiritual, and professional journey as a rabbi. During these dark, turbulent times, amidst a pandemic, we pray that Hashem will be with you always. May he protect you and bless you with good health and long life as you bring the light of Torah to a world in desperate need of tikkun, repair. May you be blessed with wisdom and inspiration as you share the gifts of our more than 3,000-year-old heritage and be granted strength, fortitude, and resilience as you meet challenges along the way. May you be successful as you comfort those in need of solace, advocate and lend support to those marginalized and mistreated, and raise your voice on behalf of Israel and Jews everywhere. May your home continue to be a tranquil and loving refuge where others are warmly welcomed. And may you, together with Shani, enjoy endless nachat from your wonderful children, Becky, Sam, and Mikey, our precious grandchildren. Finally, David, go forward boldly on your new path. Make a difference, and in doing so, help bring divine healing into our world. We love you, and we extend our best wishes to you and your fellow graduates.
And my prayer for you, David, as your dad, is the following. David, may you fashion a legacy of leadership as both a principled lawyer and learned rabbi. Amen.
Mazel Tov, Lauren Berman. This is Rabbi Uri Topolosky, and I have the honor to give you, Lauren, a blessing on your smicha this evening. And I wanted to just share with everyone what a joy it has been to have you as an intern in our synagogue. Not only did our congregation look forward to your visits, to the way you listened to them, to the way you offered Torah and teaching, the way you leaned in with curiosity to their questions, the way you shared personally such beautiful stories from your work with Avodah and your holy work in the prisons. But my family, my children, so looked forward to your visits with our family, with our kila, and I feel so grateful that we had the gift of you sharing your holy journey, becoming a rabbi with our kila. And I just wanted to leave you with a blessing, which is your own blessing that you gave to us in one of the first drashot that you shared, where about the Mishkan, about the Holy Tabernacle, you asked us to think about the question, what kind of giving gives you joy? And I want to bless you, Lauren, as you begin a life in the rabbinate, to make sure that you're charting a path that is a path of Avodat HaKodesh, where every moment gives you joy, where you have the opportunity to think about how the compassion that you bring to your holy work, how that gives you joy, about the way that you listen and the way that you're curious, and that all of these things which make you one of the most wonderful rabbis, that these things should bring joy to your life as you look in and look forward towards a life of Avodat HaKodesh. And we thank you for your holy service. I thank you for your friendship, and I'm proud to call you a colleague. Mazel Tov.
Ellie, we've been through a lot together over the last 4 years. We've learned Hilchot Shabbat, Yoreh Deah, Machshevet Chazal, and of course the life cycles Lamdas Chabura. And you never failed to ask the one question I wasn't prepared to answer. You are modest, sensitive, and kind. I've seen you continued for weeks and months with chavrutot who are not appropriate for you because you value the relationship and because you don't want to leave your chavruta hanging. You are an analyst supreme, ferocious in interrogating texts and teachers, and you ring each one for every drop of information and implication. And then, of course, there's your encyclopedic knowledge of Tanakh. I've learned from bitter experience not to question you in that area. But what has impressed me most is your willingness to embrace extraordinary challenges in the name of developing your Torah learning and your Torah personality. You are a quintessential Ben Torah. You want the most challenging sugyas, the most intricate rishonim, and the most difficult tests. And in engaging in personal challenges too, I've seen you be kovesh et yitzrecha and push yourself to confront, overcome, and grow. More important than your brilliance, your ahavat Torah, and your gemilut chesed is the remarkable gevura resilience and toughness you have shown in the face of some hefty challenges, both inside and outside the walls of the yeshiva. Not many people have accomplished what you have accomplished. That's my bracha for your rabbinate. Of course, your brilliance should continue, your Avat Torah and your Gemilut Chesed. But most of all, I bless you with a surfeit of the gevura and resilience that you have already shown in overcoming challenges as you go Michael El Chayil Beoraita. Mazal Tov.
Jason, Chesed v'emet nifkashu, tzedek v'shalom nashaku. Kindness and truth are met, justice and peace kiss. Chesed and emet, kindness and truth are unexpected partners. Naturally, they would seem to move in opposing directions. Truth is demanding. It asks laser focus of us to seek the right way, the path of justice, the path of Torah. Kindness is about seeing the larger context, to ask, not to dictate. Chesed is human and reflects the human world of uncertainty and ambiguity. Jason, we have known each other 4 years now, and from learning with you, I know that you are not satisfied until you are sure, until you have mastered and can convey clearly what the text is saying. And during these 4 years, I have also shared a makom with you, and we have talked many times about life issues, your journey, and the tricky balance between approaching people with other views with empathy and understanding while maintaining your integrity and your absolute commitment to Torah Hashem, a Torah of truth. It is these qualities, your clarity, your compassion, and your warm smile that will make you an outstanding Rav B'Yisrael, representing Torah Emet and Torah Chesed, the Torah which is both truth and kindness. My bracha to you is to bring that dual commitment which you have so outstandingly demonstrated to the communities that you will serve, to lead and teach by example. I know that your integrity and your warmth will shine through. Mazel tov.
Such beautiful words of love and appreciation and recognition that have come from students to faculty and teachers and to parents and parents to students and to their own children and mentors to them. This is a unique type of graduation ceremony, and we do want to take a moment to recognize David Schwartz especially. This is his brainchild this evening, and it reflects so much on how he sees the yeshiva and how the yeshiva students all see each other. So special thanks to you, David, for creating this evening. And now we have a chance to hear from our Rosh Yeshiva. YCT is led by our gifted and caring Rosh Yeshiva and President, Rabbi Dov Linzer. He has been central to everything in the yeshiva since its inception, and is now helping strike a new course for the institution as we enter our third decade. Rav Linzer will share his Torah and charge for our 5780 graduates, followed by his declaration for each of them. And after that, we'll close our program with some soulful music from Rabbi Eli Kranzler and a photo montage. Let's continue and hear our words from the Rosh Yeshiva.
Mazel Tov. What a wonderful occasion. We are gathered here, family and friends, to celebrate the graduation of these sterling individuals, Jason, Lauren, David, Ellie, and Mike. This graduation marks so much more than the completion of your studies. It marks the ending of a process that will culminate in your receiving of smicha, in your taking on a new identity, in your becoming ordained rabbis and religious leaders. Rabbis and religious leaders, these are not the same thing. Being a rabbi means that you represent Torah and halacha. that you rule on halachic questions, and that even your mere presence can confer status and religious weight to critical moments in people's lives. Being a religious leader is different. While it is also about God and Torah, in the end, it is more about people. It means knowing how to be fully present for others, how to listen, how to understand where they are coming from and what they need to move forward. It is about showing them the way, being a guide on a person's path of religious and personal growth, helping bringing a person closer to God. Yitro said it best, Yizarta ota etem et hachukim vet hatorot, v'odata lahem et haderech yelchuva, ve'et ha'ma'aseh asher ya'asu. Warn them, educate them about the laws and the practices. Answer their halachic questions, yes. But also, v'odata lahem et haderech yelchuva. Guide them on the path. Help them find the path that is right for them. Support them and help them to grow as human beings and as Ovdei Hashem. Jason, Lauren, David, Ellie, and Mike, through the many years of your learning Torah and halacha and growing as people and as leaders, you are now ready to assume both of these titles, to become both a rabbi and a rav, a posek and a religious leader. Your klaf, attests to your accomplishments. Lamad v'yaga b'toratenu hakdosha shanim rabot v'zachar liyot mehatamidim shehigiu lahora'ah. Over these last 4 years, you have learned our holy Torah with dedication and intensity, and you have achieved the skill, the knowledge, and the judgment to be able to give rulings in the area of halakha. You are ready to be a rabbi, a posek, yoreh b'isur v'heter, to be invested with the authority to issue halachic rulings. And the klaf also speaks to your character. V'harehu yirei shamayim, u'mechunan ba'ahavat haTorah, ba'ahavat Yisrael, u'ba'ahavat habriot. V'chol ma'asav tiferet libor'o, v'tiferet lo min ha'adam. You are yirei shamayim, God-fearing, and blessed with a love of Torah, yes, but also with the love of the Jewish people and of all people. And your way of being in the world, your comportment and your actions attest to your character, bringing honor to God and the Torah and recognition from your fellow man. It is by virtue of your character and the rabbinic and pastoral training that you received that you are muchshar laharbitz Torah, lilmod ulamed, ulorer yachid v'tzibur lihitkarev laviyam shabashamayim. Prepared to bring the teachings of the Torah to the Jewish people and to inspire individuals and communities to grow closer to God. You are ready not just to be a rabbi, but to be a rav and a religious leader, a rav umanhig b'Yisrael. My blessing to you, Mike, Ellie, David, Lauren, and Jason, is that you always know how to combine these two roles, these two identities. Like our own staff in this week's Parsha, your commitments need to be strong and firm. Your spine must be straight and upright. You must never compromise your integrity or the integrity of the Torah that you represent. But that staff cannot become a stick. It must be a staff of leadership. It needs to blossom forth, to embody a process of growth, to nurture, to bring life and beauty into the world. My blessing to you is already written in the klaf. May you always be, each one of you, a moreh hora'ah and a rav umanhig b'Yisrael. Mazel tov.
Mazal tov, nu rabbanim musmachim, ohavei Torah. Shalom, shalom Rav, ve'ohavei Toratecha, v'yei lamo mirshot. ואוהבי תורתך, ואין לנו מכשול. שלום שלום רב, ואוהבי תורתך, ואין לנו מכשול. שלום שלום רב, ואוהבי תורתך, ואין לנו מכשול. יהי שלום, שלום בחילך, שלווה ביער בנותייך. 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 שלום שלום לאוהבי תורתך, ויהיה לנו מכשול. שלום שלום לאוהבי תורתך, ויהיה לנו מכשול. יהי שלום, שלום בחילך, שלווה ביער בנותייך. יהי שלום, שלום בחילך, שלווה ביער בנותייך. יהי שלום, שלום בחילך, שלווה ביער בנותייך. יהי שלום, שלום בחילך, שלווה ביער
We thank you all for participating this evening. And to our graduates, I say, you have so much to give. The Jewish world will be enhanced by your teaching and your leadership. We bless you with an abundance of bracha, of all good things. May you experience success, accomplishment, and satisfaction in all that each of you will do. Hamon brachot to you all. Have a good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us.
תודה לך כלי, הולך איתך ורק איתך לא יכול בלי. תודה לך על חושך ויאללה אור הטוב, תודה לך אתה תמיד קרוב. תודה לך על שמש בשמיים בכל יום, על אהבה המלווה לכל מקום. תודה לך על הניסים ויאללה תבגע, מודה אני מלך חי חי וקיים. תודה, תודה לך השם, הלב דורש ומבקש על מה שיש לומר. תודה, תודה, תודה לך השם, כל הנשמה תהלל גיא וחכה רק לשיר. תודה, תודה, תודה לך השם, הלב דורש ומבקש על מה שיש לומר. תודה, תודה, תודה לך השם, כל הנשמה תהלל גיא וחכה רק לשיר. תודה. פותח את ידיך ומשפיע לכל חי, בהרי כויסי לוחם רוחו על בלי די. הקל על זן ומפרנס כל זר ומקיים, על הכל תודה לך השם. תודה, תודה לך השם, הלב דורש ומבקש על מה שיש לומר. תודה, תודה, תודה לך השם, כל הנשמה תהלל קי וחכה רק לשיר. תודה,